Hi, the poem that I selected is called Alone. It was written by Edgar Allan Poe in 1892. First, I will say a short part of the biography of Edgar Allan Poe. He was born on January 19 in Boston, Massachusetts. He was an American writer, poet, and editor. He is well known for his imagination and for his stories of horror. Well, I have to say that I select this poem because I'm so identified with some verses of this poem, mainly when the author says that he felt so alone and lonely, and when he thinks that he was different from others. I remember my childhood and I felt in that way. I will start by analyzing the title Alone. We can think that it refers to a person or a feeling that makes someone feels bad or sad. It means that it can be a situation that interferes with someone's life. On the other hand, in this poem we can find certain characters such as the person who wrote this poem, the sadness and the loneliness described. I could say that the author is expressing and comparing his childhood with other children, which suggests that he felt different from others. For that reason, he felt a kind of a storm in his life. And the author also talks his about certain memories of his childhood. In this case, an important feeling is the loneliness. It is mentioned several times in the poem and is caused by different situations. So we can deduce that the author regrets about his way of being. Well, this poem has a particular rhyme because in some verses ending there is a rhyme. The poem has 22 lines and 11 rhymes. The tone of the poem is somber because phonetically we can notice is in the words thunder, demon, and alone. I will read some verses that show us the rhyme. From my childhood hours I have not been, as other word I have not seen. We notice I have not been and I have not seen. Another example. As others saw, I could not bring my passion for a common spring. I could not bring in a common spring, there is a rhyme. With this poem, we can feel how we will be if we don't have any friends right now. It transmits weird feelings like loneliness, sadness, and anguish. It makes to us realize in our situation if we have problems and the way that we are right now. In some verses, they bring to my mind at certain moments of my life when I felt so empty due to the sadness caused by the loneliness that I felt and the lack of people who really appreciate my friendship. Finally, the symbolism in the poem. From this poem, we can highlight the mind and the thought of the author. His mind at first seen it was perturbed by some memories of his childhood, which perhaps were painful due to the lack of his parents in his upbringing. The author said that his mind was different from others, maybe because he had lived some different situation and some awful moment in his life. For that reason, he have changed the way of seeing and living the life. So he uses comparison with nature, such as spring, mountains, waterfall, and the sky, because all of these words express feelings like loneliness and also lack of company to the reader. From his mind we can say that he was desolate, overwhelmed, and worried about many actions. The author mentions some colors, for example, the blue of the sky. For us, the color blue represents all the things that are beautiful, but for him represents just a demon that he had. And finally, the poem is written in past, so I suppose that he was referring to the things that he remembered and made to him reproached. It could also mean that something in particular had tormented him as the death of someone special. So it is possible to say that the storm that he felt was the death of someone.